Today, Baba is telling us that he has taught us the spiritual drill. When we go to school, we learn the drill. So we receive directions and we learn drills in schools. And Baba also here gives directions and teaches us the drill. And this is a spiritual drill which the soul performs. And what do we do in a drill? So have you been in a drill in a school? So you are asked to position your hands in a certain way, and then position your feet in a certain way, and then move your body in a certain way, and that is called a physical drill. And on the directions of the drill master, you have to do the drill. So if the drill master counts 1, then you take one pose, and then 2, and then you take another pose, and then 3, then another pose. And Baba also tells us at least 2 first things. That first is become bodiless, and second is sit in my remembrance, or be man manabhav, connect your mind to my mind. And Baba says that I teach you how to be bodiless. So people tell you that you are not the body, but they don't tell you who you are. And you can't be bodiless until you know who you are without the body. And Baba teaches us how to be bodiless. And Baba says being bodiless is being soul conscious. So Baba teaches us how to forget the physical body and the world of matter, and sit in the awareness of my form, my quality, my home, my father, and this is being bodiless. So, bodiless is a very interesting word, because, it is bodiless, but what more? So, what do you do in that bodiless state? So, Baba says bodiless means soul conscious. And whenever we hear Om Shanti, or we hear Baba's directions to be bodiless, or Baba also gives us the Shrimat to be bodiless every time there is a break from work. So, whatever you're doing, in the middle several times, take a break and become bodiless. So Baba says that is a practice that we must do. And so that, whenever Baba asks us to be bodiless, or whenever it is, whenever the time signals that now it's time to go back, we will be able to be bodiless. And second thing Baba says is, I give you the directions to remember me, to connect your mind with my mind. And you see, we are connecting our mind with so many things all day. And when you focus your attention on something, then you are taking your mind, and mind is like this, very absorbing organ. So whenever you take your mind, when you focus your attention on something and allow your mind to linger on something, then the mind absorbs the thoughts, the vibrations of that thing. For example, if you move your intellect to some part of the world where there is chaos, and you allow your mind to linger on that chaos for some time, then your mind will absorb the vibrations of that chaos. And similarly, Baba says that just take your mind to me. So with the power of the buddhi, you travel to the soul world, and you are a soul. You can travel anywhere, and you're free to travel anywhere you want. And then with the power of the buddhi, you go to the soul world and position yourself right in front of Baba, and allow your mind to connect with the mind of Baba and what is there in Baba's mind. So Baba is, constantly flowing with this energy of peace and love and purity and joy. And you just allow your mind to linger on that and soak in those vibrations. So when you connect your mind to Baba's mind, then you absorb Baba's energy of peace and love and joy and power and purity. And the more you do that, Baba says you will gain power. Your spiritual power that you lost will be regained, or it will come back. So these are the two important directions that Baba gives and drills that Baba teaches. And when you perform a drill, two things are important. One is, if you are if you are a person who can do good drill, then you should be able to do it very fast. So as soon as you're given the direction, you are able to change your pose. That is the sign of somebody who does good drill. And then second thing about a person who does a drill is you are able to position yourself in whatever pose you want for as long as you want. So the longer you are able to hold some pose, then it means that you are good at your drill. And when I was understanding the practice of Surya Namaskar in Hindi, in Hinduism, which is like a drill. So with 12 poses. Then the way to do Surya Namaskar is you do it very fast first. So you should be able to change your poses as fast as you can. And if you can do all the 12 poses in 1 minute, it's a very good idea. And I remember there was this one person I saw, and they could do the whole 12 and 12, 24, poses in 1 minute. And they could do 60 Surya Namaskar full cycle in 1 hour. And that was very good. And then there are people who can do it faster than that also. So this is one thing about the drill, that you can shift your poses very fast. And then second thing about being a good practitioner is you are able to hold yourself in one particular pose for as long as you want, as long as you like. And that is also a sign of being a good practitioner. So Baba says here also, what you do is, as soon as you're given the direction. So have you seen that when Avyakt Bab Dada used to come, he used to make us do drills. And in the Avyakt Murlis, you read that Baba said, in a second, just sit in your bodiless state. Or in a second, go to the soul world and become Man Mana Bhav. So these are the directions that Baba would give. And then you had to do it immediately. And if you are somebody who has practiced doing this drill for very long, then you will be able to do it in a second. And then the other thing is, how long are you able to sit in that stage? So when you go to the soul world, without any distraction, without your mind and intellect pulling in any direction, how long are you able to, go and sit before Baba and absorb Baba's vibrations of peace and love and just soak it in. And for how long can you do that at a stretch? This is also an aspect of the drill. And Baba says this drill is for going to the world of liberation and liberation in life. And I will tell you one thing. So sometimes even Baba's children, they appreciate the importance of knowledge much more than they appreciate the importance of these drills. And these drills are, just like in a school, you have many subjects, and it is important to study the theoretical subjects. But then I have seen in some schools they give 100 marks for physical education also, and then that subject also has equal marks. And Baba says here the most important subject is yoga. So first yoga. And you see, sometimes you feel very interested in understanding what you should do about something. So let's say knowledge tells you how to develop your soul conscious drishti, or how to stay non-judgmental, and how the knowledge of the drama makes you become non-judgmental, and you feel that it's very interesting to understand these things. But understanding alone will not change your sanskars. You need power for that. And it is these drills that Baba teaches us that fill us with power. So the more we sit in this bodiless state, and the more we sit in the state of man manabhav, the longer periods we sit without any distraction, we are filling the soul with power. And another drill that Baba has not mentioned today, but it's the most important drill that Baba teaches us, is rotating the Swadershan Chakra, positioning yourself in your variety forms, the form of a point, the form of a deity, the form of a worship-worthy soul in temple, the form of a perfect Brahmin, and the form of an angel. And just like, when you perform physical drills, then it brings out the potential energy in your body. So there is energy in every body, but that energy is activated, or it becomes, it emerges when you perform physical drills. Similarly, the soul has all these capacities. The soul has the capacity to be like a seed full of all qualities, the capacity of having deity sanskars, the capacity of being a worship-worthy soul, who is always full of good wishes and good feelings and blessings for everyone, and the capacity of a perfect Brahmin who is disciplined and has a balance of gyan and yoga and seva all the time, and the capacity of being an angel, being double light while doing everything. But how do you emerge that capacity which is at this time latent in you? So the soul has all these capacities, and because we have been through this 84 birth journey over and over again every cycle, so it's not once or twice we have been through. So do you even think about how, for every cycle, in every cycle, 2500 years you spend as a deity, and how every cycle, you are that worship-worthy soul who the Pandits are invoking before they, start worshipping the deity. So when they, so do you know there is that ceremony of Pran Pratishtha, where that soul is invoked into the idol of the deity. And who is that soul? that's invoked into the idol, which, because of which, whenever somebody goes and looks into the eye of the deity figurine, then they feel like they are receiving something from the deity. So you are that soul, and it is your, it is the memory of you that they are invoking. And then you are this Brahmin soul who does this task of transforming themselves and transforming the whole world every cycle. You have that potential to transform yourself completely and transform the world from hell to heaven. And then you are the angel that every soul is calling out to. And Baba says, the more you position yourselves in these attitudes, in these awareness, and the longer you are able to hold yourself in these states, and the more you are able to practice switching from one state to the other in an instance and keep rotating it very fast, then you will develop this spiritual power. And Baba says this spiritual power that you develop through these spiritual drills will enable you to go into liberation and liberation in life. So Baba is teaching a spiritual drill. And then Baba says that you have to be very strict about something. And what is that you have to be strict about? So you see, if you are not, so Baba always talks about the power of determination. And the power of determination is very important. And how do you invoke the power of determination? So whenever you think about something, plan something, then use your power of determination in executing it. It could be something as little as, I would drink 10 glasses of water today. Okay, so let's say you just fix this for yourself. It's not even spiritual effort, it's something very basic. And then, you will have this thought when you are, when it's 8 in the evening that, I have had only 6 glasses of water and I don't want to drink more. But, you have to ask yourself, why did you have only 6 glasses until 8 p.m.? Because you did not remind yourself when you took the sankalp in the morning. After that, you didn't remind yourself of what you had promised yourself all day. And that's why you spent all day without doing it. So any determination, it needs constant reminder, constant, reinforcement of whatever you have fixed for yourself. And Baba says, through this power of determination, we have to be very strict with ourselves. We do not have to take it lightly. And what do we have to be strict about? That before there is, the scenes of destruction begin, we will take our full inheritance of from Baba by considering ourselves to be souls and remembering Baba. So every day I have to understand that until and unless I put in at least 8 hours of attention and remembrance, at least 8 hours of practice, I'm not going to take the full inheritance from Baba. And this Baba has already told. So, you cannot pretend that you are determined to take your full inheritance if you're not planning for 8 hours of soul consciousness and remembrance of Baba every day. Because that's the rule. If you don't have that much, then it's impossible to take full inheritance from Baba. So Baba says that everyday practice is required, and you do not become a deity in one day. with the aim of becoming a deity, when you do Purusharth every day, then you will be able to take your full inheritance. And Baba says that you have to be very strict regarding this. And if you're not strict with yourself, so people are very strict with others these days, but Baba says you have to be very strict with yourself about this and don't take it lightly, because if you take it lightly, then tomorrow you will repent a lot. And when the time is gone, and even if you repent, even if you punish yourself or do whatever time is gone, and that time which Baba has given for Purusharth will not come back. And Baba says you don't want to hear from Baba too late. Yes, what is too late? So when you realize that you have to make effort after the time is gone, and then that realization is only a form of repentance. When that realization is not on time and it is after time, and then that realization takes only the form of repentance, then Baba will say you have come too late. So Baba talks to his children and says that you don't want to hear these words from Baba. So we should be very strict with ourselves. Are you very strict with yourself or not? So at least, 8 hours, at least, that's the minimum. 8 hours of attention and awareness and remembrance we need. And if we are not putting in that much, that means that we will repent at the end. And then Baba says there are some children who, when they fail the school, they will say, I failed, and they will have remorse about it. And there are some who will say, so what if I didn't study? Yes, and that means that child doesn't have realization even after they have lost everything. So, of course, we are not those children, and we don't want to be those children also who Baba will say too late at the end. And then Baba today says something very interesting. Baba says that if there is a school in which the father of the child is the teacher, then the father will teach the child and not take any fees. Yes, because the father is the teacher. And Baba says here also, there is no fee because the one who is teaching you is your father. Yes, so you don't have to pay anything. There is no fees, there is no payment. And then Baba also clarifies that, of course, children contribute to the yajna, but that is not payment or fees. That is, that is something that you're not giving to Baba, but something that you're investing so that you receive the return of it 100-fold. And would you say I'm donating to the bank? No. You keep your money in the bank and it multiplies. So you're not donating to the bank. You're just keeping it so that your money multiplies. So Baba says similarly, whatever you contribute in terms of body, mind, wealth, it's not, never think or never speak this language to yourself that you're giving to Baba, because we are nobody to give to Baba. We are taking everything from Baba, and this also is a means of taking. When we invest our body, mind, and wealth in this, in this unlimited task that Baba is doing, then we create a new world, and in that new world, we receive many times of what we now contribute to Baba. So Baba says, this is something that you must keep in mind. And Baba says something else also, which is very interesting. Baba says, in bhakti also, people donate, and then they have in their awareness that I will receive the return of this in the next birth, right? And then, when I was little, I heard this many times that, whenever somebody had a lot of fortune, then they would hear this comment or this compliment that maybe you had donated diamonds in your last birth. Yes, so they would say, हीरे दान किए थे क्या इतना अच्छा मिला है. So I used to hear this, and my Lokik father used to say that when I look at my children, I feel like I had donated diamonds in my last birth, and that was one of the most beautiful compliments we heard in our life. So Baba says that, in bhakti, it is always said that whenever you donate something, you get the return of it in the next birth. And Baba says, but just think about the return that you get in bhakti. It is very limited. Yes, you get something and you don't get something else. For example, somebody may have health but no wealth, or wealth but no health, or health and wealth but no good relationships. So the interesting thing about the time from copper age onwards is you cannot have everything. And you see, this is a truth of the copper age and iron age, that nobody has everything. And then Baba says, this is one thing, that you get something very limited. And second, you get it in the time of descent. So, you are not ascending, you are descending. So whatever you get is, is the quality of it is decreasing every day. And then you're getting lesser and lesser every day. So you are in bhakti, whatever you receive, you are increasingly in that time of descent. And Baba says here, when we do anything on Baba's Srimad, we contribute to Baba's task or we contribute to Baba's work, then we will get the return of it in Satyug and Treta Yuga, which is the time where everything is mostly permanent. It's not like everything is depleting very fast. Of course, that is also a time of descent, but then it's very low descent. And then here, whatever we are doing on Baba's Srimad, this is the time of ascension in Sangam Yuga. And this is helping us move forward. So I was just thinking about it today, and you see that today, if I invest my physical energy in Baba's Seva, then I have more energy tomorrow to invest. Yes, and then I can invest that and get more and more and more. So in this yagya, in the time of ascension, when you do a bit, you are capable of doing much more than that. And then this has a very compounding effect. And then you are able to accumulate the fortune for a whole next cycle by just starting from a little bit. And this is the good thing about this time of ascension, that in bhakti, if somebody has a lot, then they donate. But here, if you have very little also and you contribute to Baba's yagya, then your capacity multiplies. And then tomorrow you are able to do a lot. And increasingly you are able to, do so much that you are able to create a lot of fortune for 21 births. And I always thought that, in bhakti, people say that the rich donate, and the rich are the ones who are the donors. But here Baba says, all my poor children are the ones who take care of the yajna. And how do the poor children take care of the yajna? So we understand, we realize this is Baba, and we do whatever we can. And then Baba makes us, do more and more and more by filling power in whatever we do. And this is the beauty about belonging to Baba and doing Baba's seva in the time of ascension, not in the time of descent. So in bhakti, in the time of descent, it is different, and here it is different. And then second thing, Baba says, whatever you do at this time, you get unlimited return of it. So A is you get permanent return for 21 births, and second is you get health, wealth, happiness, prosperity, everything, good relationships, everything all at once. So this is why Baba says, never think that you are giving something to Baba. In fact, your giving not only makes you earn thousandfold fortune in future, but here also in Sangam Yug, the more you give, the more you're capable of giving. It's not like, you will become empty by giving. So this is, but in bhakti also people say, the one who gives is always full. But actually it's not like that, because every birth you are decreasing. So it's not that you're getting fuller and fuller every birth. Your capacity is decreasing every birth. So that is the time of descent, and this is the time of ascension. And this is something very beautiful that Baba narrates today. Om Shanti. So anybody wants to share anything, please do.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
I would like to share my daily routine practices. I also give my chart, but I write my hours according to the quality. I do more than that. That is morning 4 hours we spend in this only from Amrit Vela. Then after class we take breakfast, and then talk to all family members, and then when I get free time I sit in remembrance of Baba. And sometimes I get time to sit also whole day. Then while working, otherwise also while working, I practice being soul conscious, that sometimes my body is not supporting me to work, but still I think that I am 0.12 grams soul, quite lightweight.
Correct.
Then sometimes I do heavy work, then I don't have energy, I don't feel like that. Then I say to myself, I am Master Sarva Shaktiman. Baba, please come and help me.
Correct.
And in many ways, when someone guests come to our home, then I am discussing about Baba, telling them about Baba, giving them some tolis which I keep always with me. Didi sends me here. And take them to Baba,
Yes.
Baba's room, and in this way I practice this.
Very beautiful, very beautiful. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Okay, Om Shanti. Hanji. Anybody else would like to share anything?
Om Shanti Didi.
Om Shanti Bhai.
So basically what I have learned from today's morning, and I'll just share that. The Baba is teaching about the spiritual drill. The drill is basically the soul, to remain in the soul consciousness, constant remembrance of Father, of Baba, and becoming bodiless while living in a body. So this alone will take us to land of liberation.
Correct. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Didi.
Om Shanti.
And Didi, I would like to know one thing, that does churning of knowledge and while like about me, I feel like the churning of knowledge goes in my mind maybe all the day, but does it get counted in yoga or any kind of this? I don't know. And one more thing, that is, I don't get enough time to sit and do yoga because of my household responsibilities which I have. But I can feel that I don't get too much mentally involved in doing everything. But that also count as sthiti, and does that also contribute to our yoga and knowledge? Although knowledge, I feel that I understand, but my yoga is less than what is Baba like pointing out. So if my because without yoga, that is spiritual drills and all that, that is specifically Baba is discussing about that. If I don't do that, then this will not. I will always stay in where I was. Like I will not get. I will not go forward in this path. So I have a question. One, that does churning also counts in yoga, and does doing everything in a detached form contributes to any yoga or anything? Because my sitting yoga is very less, Didi.
Okay.
It's like only 2 hours.
Okay. So Baba has answered your question today. Baba has told that, you are becoming very sensible. These things have to be deeply churned. You mustn't waste your breath. You know that with this knowledge, every breath becomes worthwhile. Okay. So when you are churning knowledge, it is using your breath in a worthwhile way. Okay, so that accrues some punya karma. Okay, which we call this is called safal karna. Okay, this is neither yog, neither seva. This is safal karna. Okay, now this safal karna gives you an account of credit, and because of that, whenever you sit in yoga, your yoga will be instant and powerful. Okay?
Yes, that happens. Yes.
So that will be there because of this account.
I don't have to fight with my yoga.
Correct.
Earlier I used to fight, but now whenever, and even if I don't do yoga, it feels like in a day there is not 2 hours of yoga. I feel like that I have not drank my water. I'm thirsty. It pulls me that I can't live without yoga. It is not that I'm doing because of that niyam. I'm doing because I want to do it. I can't live without it.
So this is because you have done this safal karna. Okay, so the more you, so these are resources. Samay, Shwas, Sankalp, Tan, Man, Dhan, Vachan, Karma. These are the resources. So the more you put it, use it, so in action, they will give you an account which helps you detach faster, remove obstacles. All of these will happen. But everything said and done, yoga you have to do. So although, when you sit in yoga, there'll be less resistance, it'll be easier. You will have much more power in 1 hour of yoga than somebody who's struggling. But that 1 hour you have to spend. It cannot be that this is not a substitute for yoga. Okay, so this one thing you have to keep in mind. Second thing, you talked about staying in awareness, or when you are working. So that counts as karma yoga. It doesn't create an account of credit, but it definitely helps you not deplete yourself while doing karma. Because whenever karma is done, you either do it in karma yoga and you don't get depleted, or you do it in Baba's remembrance and accumulate, or you do it in body consciousness and deplete yourself. So if you're not in conscious remembrance of Baba, but you are not even very attached to the karma, you're doing it in soul consciousness, then it is neither accumulating nor depleting. It is just, you're just there. So while doing karma, you're maintaining your state. That's it. So you are not accumulating, neither depleting yourself. Okay. Okay, then Om Shanti. Let's thank Baba for some time.
Om Shanti, Didi.
Acha, Om
Didi,
Shanti. Hanji.
does it mean that only when we sit and do yoga, then it is counted in 8 hours of yoga? Then only it will be
No,
counted?
sitting doesn't matter, but you have to be in conscious yoga. So, it's like, so, when I say conscious yoga, it means visualization and thought, both. So you should have that, that image of the soul world and Baba in your awareness, and then you should be able to feel Baba's love and light entering you, whether you are working or standing or sitting, or that doesn't matter. But that conscious yoga has to be there. Okay? Okay.
Thank you, Didi.
Okay, Om Shanti. Let's thank Baba
Om
for some
Shanti,
time.
Didi. Just one clarification that I was seeking.
Hanji.
That like when we are in yoga, we automatically, like sometimes the eyes close, but like here we are told that we are to keep our eyes open. So when you keep your eyes open, like you see a lot of things around you, and like it's not that focused as when you open it little bit and close it, and your focus is on the middle of your forehead. So
So keeping keeping your eyes open doesn't mean keeping it wide awake. No.
Little bit.
Little bit and comfortable. So comfortable and rested. That is what we mean by keeping eyes open. And whenever you close your eyes, your subconscious starts, working that go to sleep. Because, even when I'll tell you a simple thing, when you are unable to sleep at night, just do one thing, close your eyes really hard and just be like that, you will fall asleep. Because closing your eyes and sleeping are connected. There is a very strong mental connection with that. So that's why never close your eyes in meditation, because as soon as you close, you will fall asleep. You may not be aware, but you're sleeping. So that's why keep your eyes open, comfortable and rested. You don't have to strain your eyes, but comfortable and rested. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.